baby. We are back. If you missed my last one, I explained that I just suffered from like a gnarly case of burnouts at the end of last year, and I gave myself a little grace period to just take some time off and kind of get my head right, get relaxed, get super excited, come up with some fun ideas. And so today is my very first DIY upload of 2022, and I am stoked. I decided to tackle like a big, fat, juicy episode. This is a epic sweater upcycle. I have so many great ideas to share for you, and I'm really, really stoked to get into it. Now, you guys can absolutely go through your own closet, grab some sweaters that you're like not wearing anymore, you don't love anymore, they're great quality, but they're just sitting there, whatever. Or you can do what I did and just hit up your favorite thrift store. I went to Valley Value Thrift. It's a ginormous thrift store here in LA that I love because it is so big, so they always have what I need. And what I did is I went straight to the sweaters. Now, when you're shopping, you really want to make sure to go with the DIY inspo in mind, so that when you're shopping, you can actually grab each sweater, look at it, be like, okay, would these sleeves work for what I'm trying to do? Like, look at the seams, look at the knit, look at the length, look at everything, so that you're funneling it through that filter and making sure that you're only buying what you need. I do not recommend just buying a bunch of cute sweaters and then getting home and being like, what do I want to do with you? Because you'll just waste a lot of money, and I don't recommend doing that. These are all of the amazing sweaters I got. I have a fantastic plan for each of them. So we're gonna get started with the very first one because it is so freaking cute. So I found this amazing sweater at the thrift store, and I thought it would be perfect to do this kind of like ultra crop, shrug, bolero situation. I love this look, and I thought this is the perfect sweater. It was only $5, so I didn't feel too nervous chopping into it. Now, I don't know why, but my camera all of a sudden like blurs. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but basically I'm cutting it. Instead of cutting with the shirt folded in half, you wanna actually fold it the other way so that you're cutting your fronts at the same time and your backs at the same time. That allows you to slope the back and have it just a little longer than the front, just like this. Now, I wanted to shred out the bottom, so I'm just using my fingers to kind of purposefully shred it, and I tried it on, and actually it wasn't short enough. It just looked like a crop sweater. I needed it to be much shorter to be exaggerated. I still wanted the back longer, so I'm starting in the back at 0 and just gradually going up, 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 right until I get at my widest point center front. Once you're halfway, fold that piece in half so that you cut the other side the exact same, and then shred away. Once this is shredded, you can be done. I decided though that it would be really fun to actually weave a little bit of chain that I had through the braiding in the front. Now, this is a really fun upcycle that you guys can do with any sweater that you own. Anything that's kind of got like a chubby cable knit quality to it, you can weave, whether it's yarn or trim or crystal trim or chains, anything you want through those elements, giving it a little bit of a hardware detail. I wanted to create the top like this. You see how the top, the long sleeve part is on top, but then there's a matching piece on the bottom. So I'm using the bottom half that I cut off to create that top. This little tube, you're gonna learn how to make that in just a minute. It's part of another DIY, but I knew the size was right, so I used it as a guide. You're gonna sew your side seams. Now you can hand sew, zigzag, or overlock, but if you're just gonna do a regular stitch, make sure that you zigzag the ends so that it won't fray. I frayed up the top intentionally so that it will match the shirt, and I added a little bit of elastic so it stays up. But this guy is done. Take a look at what it looks like on. It is so cute. I can't wait to show you all the ways that you guys can wear this, because you can wear them together like this as one sort of matching sweater set. You can separate both pieces. It's really fun. Okay, quick interruption. I just wanna let you know that I'm doing a full styling video on the many ways that you can wear each and every one of these upcycles, plus all of the ways that you can wear the sweaters you already own in multiple ways. So no DIY necessary, just some really fun styling hacks, but it would have made this video too long if I put it at the end. So I'm gonna release it as another upload. Not sure if I'll do it on the same day next week or maybe in the middle of the week, so just make sure that you have the notifications bell clicked so that you find out when that video actually goes live. Okay, back to the video. All right, next up we're gonna do a mashup with this Fila sweatshirt and this gray knit sweater. Now, these were my two inspos. The sleeves of the sweater weren't quite as large and in charge as this sweater on the left, so I thought maybe I could do something kind of vibing with the one on the right. First thing I had to do was remove the sleeves. Now, I wanted to maintain the actual like hem on the sweatshirt, the sort of seam on the sweatshirt. That way when I sew the sleeves in, I can sew them directly into that and it'll look almost like it was always meant to be there. So you're gonna pinch your fabric and just get your scissors right in there, push against the edge, cutting as close to the edge as you possibly can. Of course you can seam rip if you wanted to. I decided not to do that. Now to get started, I just tucked the sweater inside so I could get a sense of whether it worked or not, and I liked the way it looked. So I'm cutting the sleeves off of my sweater keeping that sort of knitted detail that goes all along the sleeve intact. Now I'm going to cut off the bottom half of this because I'm going to use it later and I'll figure out exactly what I'm going to do. In the meantime, I'm pinning in my sleeves, maintaining one row of that knitted detail. I thought it would look really nice to have that detail go all along the edge and kind of almost be like a crisp border. Now, the sleeve was just a little too small for the sweatshirt. You can stretch it, but I decided instead to flip it inside out and just remove a little bit of bulk. So I'm going to start at about 1.5 inches and then go gradually right up until the edge and meet into 0. So you can see I'm starting there and just slowly going until I merge right back in with the existing stitch line. Now everything is pinned in place and ready to go. I'm just gonna stitch it in following the line of one of those existing stitch lines in the sleeve seam. Now it was time to figure out what to do with this sweater for the bottom half of this sweatshirt sort of mashup situation. Proportions were a little funky when I was trying to connect it, and also the center front pocket on the sweatshirt was a little limiting on where I could crop it. So I cropped it above the pocket, and then I cut a little excess off of this knit piece. It's about half as long as it originally was. To sew it like this, you are going to flip the piece inside out and upside down. So you can see the ribbing detail is actually facing up towards the hood. I'm gonna stitch all the way around, and then when you fold it down, it's a clean finished seam. Now I ironed it to get a sense of whether I liked it or not, but I thought it actually looked kind of funky. I didn't like the way I had like the ribbing plus a little bit of the sweater, so I decided to seam rip it off, cut off the excess, re-pin it on so that all I was sewing on was that ribbing detail. So on the sweatshirt, I will have the perfect ribbed edge plus the sleeves of the sweater, and everything else will be the sweatshirt. And there you go. You can see it looks much more like normal, like natural being done that way. I also decided to add some details onto the sweatshirt so it really felt done. I added something onto the shoulders, I took off the fila elements off of that pocket and reattached them to the sweater so that it would have kind of a, I don't know, more of a vibe. And I love the way this came out. It is so comfy, so cozy. I have 1 million outfit ideas on how you guys can wear this, everything from like date night to work, to lounging, to cozy, to workout. And all these little details that I added in, I think really do make it feel legit. Super stoked on this one. Okay, on to our next one. This one could not be easier. Take any oversized sweater you have that's almost long enough to be a dress, but not quite, and find a cool trim to add as an extension, turning it into a dress. Now, I went downtown with my sweater and I literally just held it up to trims that I liked to see whether the color worked, whether the vibe was right. There's a million options. So based off the sweater you have, you can do anything that you think is cool, and that's gonna add just a little bit of length, intentional length, to the bottom of your sweater. Now, I ended up at a place like this that had tons of lace, and I found a really cool lace trim that not only tied in with the color of my sweater, but also had a slightly lighter tone. So there's like a bright gold metallic thread that's kind of hard to see, but it also has a lighter tone that felt to me not quite as cheesy. So I really liked it. I got 2 different widths, and ultimately I decided to go with the smaller width. This is gonna give me about 2.5 inches of length, which is perfect. It'll still be a sexy little mini, but it will give me enough length that I'm not showing my booty. Now, we're gonna use fabric glue for this, and all you wanna do is lay your trim down, add fabric glue to the solid parts of your lace trim. Don't add them to the sheer mesh, only the solid parts, and obviously only on the area that's actually on your dress, not the extension that's hanging below it. When you get to the very edge, you want to leave enough to overlap it and cut following the shape of the applique. That way when it lays down, it just sort of disappears and there's no harsh lines. But look at how cute this looks. I mean, I'm really into it. I have a lot of styling ideas for how this one can be worn, but it is really cool. The detail on the bottom just takes it like looking like I'm wearing a sweater as a dress to looking like I'm wearing a sweater dress. I love the detail. I think it's beautiful. You can add more to the shoulders or the sleeves. Okay, friends, buckle up because this one is legit. I'm taking this one sweater and turning it into a bra top, a puff sleeve top, and a lace-up top. So let's get started. First thing you're gonna do is take your sweater and you're gonna cut it not quite in half. You wanna make sure that the top section is long enough to be a top, but that there's enough fabric on the bottom section that you'll be able to turn those into tops or bra tops as well. I'm detaching the sleeves because I had a cool idea for a way that I could incorporate the sleeves into one of the tops. Now, when I detached it, the edge of this particular front part had this really cool detail where like the yarn was kind of looped through, and I actually liked it. So I'm not gonna clean finish that sleeve, and I'm gonna leave it as a detail. I'm grabbing some D-ring tape, which is basically D-rings sewn onto a cotton twill. I happen to have it, it was black, it matched perfectly, and again, we're gonna do this totally no-sew with some fabric glue. You're gonna add your fabric glue, nice thin line right to the edge of the D-ring, take the binding, the center front of your sweater, and line it up, then use your fingers to kind of massage it into place, making sure that everything is laying flat, nothing's puckering, and everything is just nice and even. You're gonna work your way all the way up. Now, I'm putting this trim all the way up to the neckline, even though I know I'm not gonna actually lace it up all the way to the neckline. I think that will look a little more intentional. My camera went blurry again for no reason, but you get it, lace that sucker up. And look at how cool this looks. In the styling video, I will show you how you can wear it both ways. You can see the shoulders are different, super simple, and a great hack you can do on any sort of tank sweater vest you already own. Now I'm taking that bottom part that I cut off, and I'm just trying to figure out my plan. I thought I could use a zipper as straps, and then it would be adjustable. I thought, ooh, maybe I'll add these sleeves to the bottom, all sorts of random plans. But what I did realize is because this knit is so stretchy, there's actually enough here to make two tops. So I basically cut it in half, and then I'm gonna sew up both of them. So the one I'm sewing up right now, that black binding is gonna be in the front and become a bra top. The other one, I'm gonna sew up the back, and there will be no black binding at all. It'll just be straight, just like this. I looked at these sleeves and I thought, okay, I could do them like that so that it's all around my arm with a bell at the bottom, or I could flip them upside down and do kind of like a poof sleeve with a sweetheart neck. That's what I decided to go for. I'm taking my elastic center front, stretching it as far as it will go, stitching it down, and then that will create my sort of gather in the front. Now, disclaimer here with the sleeves, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I literally just played around and tried to figure it out. I am determined to find out the exact right way to create like a puff sleeve pattern, but all I did was add elastic to the cuff so that I could push it up over my elbow and it would stay. And then in the shoulder part, I folded it over and created a casing, right? I just folded it and stitched it. You can see that stitch line, fed the elastic through it, and then I tightened the elastic on the shoulders so that it would create gather on the shoulders. And then I just stitched them down so that they couldn't move, like inside. So I didn't even film it because I honestly didn't think I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna teach it because I don't know what I'm doing. It kind of works. And so it is definitely worth just playing around. Once you create your sleeves, you're gonna attach them in the underarm, and it works. I mean, listen, it's not perfect. I definitely could have probably tweaked the shape of the shoulder part, but I still really like it, and it's really fun, and it definitely inspired me to learn how I could do like the proper puff sleeve because it's a really, really cute idea. Now here's that other last piece that I'm gonna make into a bra top. So I'm hemming it. I've got this little excess mustard color I don't want, so I'm just gonna fold it and sew it. And then I'm using black elastic as straps. To do that, all you're gonna do is pin them in the front, put it on, make it as tight as you want, and pin it in the back, and then stitch them down. And that's really it. You're gonna stitch the front down if you want, but here you go. I've got a cute little bra top that is really fun and a great layering piece. Now this is the last one, and I don't even fully do it. I basically was like, I'm over it, enough. But I thought this sort of like Dickie situation or whatever it's called is so easy. All you need is a you don't even need a turtleneck, but a sweater that you can cut open on the sides, basically into just a rectangle. So because this was striped, I'm cutting the front and back separately. That way I can cut in the center of two stripes. And then you have the option here of doing whatever. If you want, you can fold it under and sew it. You could add some sort of like a bias tape that clean finishes it. You could lace it up with a grommet tape. Anything you want, tons of ideas, but I was just kind of like, I'm done, I'm over it. And same with the bottom half. You could have easily made this a little elastic skirt. You just take the elastic and stitch it, and then when you fold it under, it will be clean finished with an elastic waistband that holds everything in place. So if you want to add that sucker in, go for it. All right, that is it. That is it. I hope that you guys love this one. A reminder that I have like a full-on styling video on the many, many ways that you can wear these upcycles, plus all of the sweaters you already own. Some really cool styling hacks for those as well. So that video is coming up next. Just make sure that you've got notifications clicked because I might release it in the middle of the week, or it might be on the same day next week. I'm not really sure. just gonna figure that out. And that's it. If you guys like this video, I hope that you'll hit the like button. That goes a long way in helping YouTube know that it's some good content. So if you do think it is good, please hit the like button. And if you're new, I hope you'll subscribe because I'm gonna be doing some really, really great DIY content throughout the year, and I hope that you'll join me. Okay. Oh, it feels good to be back. Thanks for being here, you guys. Mwah. Love you.